The creative process can't be quantified, but I think it can be guided. In this week's episode, I'm gonna show you a filmmaking hack on how you can make a short film with just 4 of your close friends. This is the 4 Core Crew Method. How's it going, guys? Nick here with another video. So if you're watching this, you're probably interested in making a short film. For 3 years now, I've been working on trying to create as many short films as I possibly can, trying to get better with each one. But as they get better, they also get more complicated and expensive. However, I am a firm believer that money doesn't make good movies. People make good movies. Multiple people, not just one person, because filmmaking is the ultimate team sport. And every team has roles. That is why I've designed a method that gives roles to 4 main creatives to make a film in a collaborative and effective process. Each role is different and play to the different styles of creativity that are required to make a film. And I've definitely tried to take on all 4 roles at the same time. And you know what? It just makes it harder on myself for no reason, and it just makes the film not as good. This need of delegating workload while also maintaining that zero budget mentality led me to creating this method, which I call the 4 Core Crew Method. Is that a cool name? Is that a cool name? Do we like that name? 4 Core Crew. 4 Core. 4 Core Crew. I think it's kind of cool. I kind of like it. I believe that you can really create a good workload balance with this method. When you're on a small crew, a small project, a short film, it's so important that you know what your responsibilities are on the set, on the project as a whole. That cannot be emphasized enough. Okay, let's talk about the method now. Here are the 4 roles. The producer. This role is all about being a logician. They schedule shoots, create call sheets, budgets, and they find and book locations. The producer is someone who needs to thrive in problem solving. Their job is to make sure the film is completed in the most efficient and timely way possible. Pick someone who loves to bring people together, someone who knows a lot of people, who knows actors and crew. And yeah, maybe someone who's okay with being a hard ass from time to time. I've listed additional responsibilities the role the producer has here, which include setting deadlines, possibly transitioning to a first AD on set, and focusing on delivery during the post-production process. The director of photography. While the producer has a lot more varied amount of tasks and more logistical stuff, the DP's tasks are much different. Their goal is simple: make the movie look great. The DP is all about visuals. How can they tell the story in the best possible way with the camera and lights? Some of the tasks that the director of photography has is creating lookbooks for the film, creating shot lists, making sure that all the gear that they need for each scene is acquired. And of course, they're in constant communication with the producer and trying to acquire that gear. Pick someone who has a photographic eye, someone who understands the technical side of filmmaking, someone who understands how to direct and control light, someone who understands visual language. This is someone who is a true artist. So while the producer is all about the logistical side of filmmaking and the DP is all about the artsy side of filmmaking, the director is the joining of those 2 worlds. The director's goal is to make sure that the vision of the script is accomplished and that the movie is completed. Just make sure it doesn't suck. It's easier said than done. This requires that the director is a part of the entire process of the film. Pre-production, production, post-production. They're a part of it all. It's not always required, but I feel like as a director, you should probably be the most passionate one about the project. You should feel a connection to the story. Directors are all about communicating, making sure that everyone is on the same page and everyone has the same goals. I think it's important to be passionate about the project as well, because as a director, I think you set the tone of the film set. You're the one who's getting everyone excited to be on this film. You need to be pumping everyone up, making them excited to be working on this. That passion that you have for it will just make the movie better. It's really important for the director to understand the script and understand the story, because they're the ones that are making really quick choices on set. They need to be able to work on the fly, make changes as they go, and make sure that the film remains true to the story that they're trying to tell. I typically fall in this director role because I just love seeing the entire process from start to finish, from ideation to the last edit. It's an amazing thing to see a project, like a movie, start from something, get ripped apart, then get rebuilt and ripped apart again, and then get rebuilt into something else. It's an incredible process. Okay, last up, this person is in charge of also the last part of the production process, the editor. Editing video, editing audio, music, color. The editor is all over that stuff. Look, the movie is made in post whether we like it or not. Post-production is the realization of everything that came before it. And that realization is typically that everything before it sucked. So it's the editor's job to make it not suck. The editor is someone who is very good at solving problems in a very artistic way. They're someone who understands story, someone who gets tone and how to convey that. And they're also someone who really knows their way around Premiere Pro. Editor's style and voice really comes through in the filmmaking process, so make sure that you pick an editor whose style aligns with the type of film you want to make. Also, side note, the director and the editor are probably going to be in a small room together for hours on end, so it's probably important that the two of them get along well. Just a suggestion. And there we have it, the 4-core crew method. 4-core crew method. It's kind of a cool name. It's growing on me. It's growing on me. Now, it's important to remember that every film is different, every crew is different, and everyone operates differently. So this method isn't written in stone. But it is important to set roles early, make sure everyone knows what the responsibilities are and how they're going to contribute to the project. Do you guys have any thoughts on this process? I would love to hear any tweaks you would make. I've been using this process for a little bit now, and it's worked pretty well so far. So I'd love to hear if you guys have any suggestions. If you found value from this video, or maybe you learned something or two, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. We'd really appreciate it. And hey, if you made it to the end of this video, then you're probably really interested in upgrading your filmmaking skills. I have a bunch of videos on the Inside the Fire playlist here on this channel. Go check them out. All right, that's all for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Now go out there, get 3 of your buddies, go make a movie. I'll see you in the next one.